Employees at one major chain on this list have their own nickname for the kitchen: microbees. That's not a joke. It's what happens when a restaurant's real cooking method is 8 microwaves lined up on a counter. You'll find out which chain in a minute. Every menu reformulation, every ingredient swap, every temporary recipe change that never came back starts as a decision someone signed off on. Public records, lawsuits, and nutrition data show exactly what those decisions looked like on your plate. You don't need a theory about intent to see the pattern. You just need to look at what's actually in the food. By the end of this video, you'll know which 12 chains built that pattern, the 3 that didn't, and one investment firm whose name is going to come up more than once. Let's go. The worst 12. Number 12. Chili's. Chili's built its guiltless grill menu on a promise: eat here, make the responsible choice. A class action lawsuit against Brinker International, Chili's parent, alleged a guiltless grill salmon dish actually contained 35.5 grams of fat, not the 14 grams advertised on the menu. More than double. And the chain's viral triple dipper appetizer can carry up to 4,500 milligrams of sodium in one basket before the entree even arrives. Guiltless was a marketing word, not a nutrition label you could trust. Number 11. Applebee's. Here's that nickname from the top of the video. Current and former employees online call the kitchen microbees because, by their own accounts, most of what isn't grilled meat gets reheated, not cooked. Mozzarella sticks arrive frozen. Mashed potatoes come from a bag. One former line cook described switching from scratch-made mashed potatoes to a frozen, pre-made bag straight out of the freezer. None of this is illegal, it's standard for the industry, but it's a long way from the sizzling fajita platter commercials. Applebee's is owned by Dine Brands Global, the same parent as IHOP, and with same-store sales down 6 straight quarters, the company has been pushing co-branded Applebee's IHOP locations, a move that's now landed it in litigation with its own franchisees. Number 10. IHOP. Same parent as Applebee's, same pressure. That syrup on your pancakes isn't maple syrup. It's high fructose corn syrup with maple flavoring, standard across casual dining but rarely spelled out on the menu. And according to a former employee's account, some locations use bagged liquid egg substitute for scrambled eggs and omelets instead of cracking real ones. It's the International House of Pancakes. Increasingly, even the pancakes are the least engineered thing on the plate. Number 9. Church's Chicken. Church's breading contains MSG. It's right there on the company's own allergen sheet. In 2022, Church's publicly promised to go MSG-free and use all clean ingredients by 2025. That timeline has slipped, and the company has cited supply issues. Since 2021, one single distributor has supplied the chain's entire chicken, and customers online have noticed. Reddit complaints about extremely dry, hard batter are common in the years since. Church's was acquired by private equity firm High Bluff Capital Partners in 2021, and a longtime franchisee later said the chain lost its way trying to chase Popeyes and Chick-fil-A instead of just being Church's. Number 8. Quiznos. High Bluff Capital, the same firm behind Church's, also owns Quiznos through the same holding company. Quiznos was once a $2 billion sandwich empire. It went through bankruptcy, shed thousands of locations, and now survives less on demand for the toasted sub than on the licensing value still left in a name people remember from 2006. Number 7. Carl's Jr. and number 6. Hardee's. Same company, CKE Restaurants, sold under 2 regional names, both owned by Roark Capital Group. That ownership detail matters again in a few minutes. The original $6 thick burger runs north of 1,000 calories before fries or a drink, and independent nutrition audits flag it as high in sodium, saturated fat, and trans fat, all 3, in one sandwich. For years, the chain's actual growth engine wasn't the food, it was the advertising. A run of provocative celebrity ads built to get banned from daytime TV, not to describe what was in the burger. Hardee's has posted declining sales for years and burned through 3 CEOs in 18 months. More than 30 Georgia locations quietly closed in late 2025. Same recipes, worse trajectory. Both answer to a private equity owner whose job is returns, not the kitchen. Same owner, different sign. Carl's Jr. and Hardee's, Roark Capital. Church's and Quiznos, High Bluff Capital. Applebee's and IHOP, Dine brands. And Roark's reach goes much further. Public filings show it controls more than 4 dozen franchise brands, including Dunkin', Jimmy John's, Subway, and Sonic. Next time you're picking between 2 competing drive-thrus, there's a real chance you're picking between 2 divisions of the same balance sheet. Number 5. Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza was the whole brand, and of the major national pizza chains, Papa John's still carries the highest sodium count per slice, roughly 520 milligrams, ahead of Domino's and Pizza Hut. Better was never a claim about your blood pressure. The brand was also built almost entirely around one man's face, founder John Schnatter, until 2018, when it surfaced that he'd used a racial slur on an internal call arranged specifically to help him avoid controversy. He resigned as chairman within hours, and the company spent 2 years scrubbing his image off the boxes. The recipe didn't change. The face did. Number 4. Domino's. In 2024, Domino's recalled its signature barbecue dip after a supplier shipped mustard-based product carrying undeclared peanut. More than 20 dips and seasonings pulled across multiple brands. A regulator caught it, not Domino's Kitchen. And a single slice of its Cali Chicken Bacon Ranch pizza alone carries close to 900 milligrams of sodium. 3 slices clears 2,600 before the breadsticks show up. Number 3. Little Caesars. One of the few chains here still family-owned. The Illich's, no private equity. And yet the model runs on the same instinct anyway. Hot and ready. Built on pre-portioned ingredients moving fast enough to hand a pizza to a stranger who never ordered it. Cheap cheese blends that push a basic slice to 546 milligrams of sodium. In one widely shared video, a customer filmed Little Caesars pizzas stacked inside a Walmart freezer case labeled for a completely different frozen brand, fueling allegations the chain was reselling store-bought pies at some locations. And a former employee's public review described store maintenance getting deferred indefinitely unless it threatened sales, including a loose oven panel left unrepaired near staff. Number 2. Denny's. Denny's own nutrition guide lists the original Grand Slam at roughly 2,100 milligrams of sodium, before syrup. And the safe, simple diner has a legal history stretching back to a $54 million racial discrimination settlement in the 1990s, followed by wage theft claims and a $1.3 million EEOC disability settlement. Denny says it addressed the issues each time, but 3 decades of settlements is hard to explain as a few bad managers. Number 1. Jimmy John's. Freaky fast was the whole brand. Here's what fast actually meant. 2012, E. coli from alfalfa sprouts, 29 sick across 11 states, sprouts pulled, then quietly brought back 3 months later. 2013, E. coli from cucumbers. 2014, sprouts again, 19 sick. 2018, sprouts, salmonella. 2020, sprouts again, over 20 sick in Iowa alone. 5 outbreaks, 1 ingredient, 17 states, by the FDA's own count. The FDA sent a formal warning letter after the 5th. Jimmy John's finally pulled sprouts for good in 2020. Not the first time they'd promised that, just the last time they had to. Jimmy John's is owned by Inspire Brands, backed by Roark Capital. There's that name again. If you've made it this far, drop the chain that surprised you most in the comments. I read every one. Subscribe, because the list never runs out. The ones that earned it. Culver's. Family owned since 1984. The beef patty is genuinely simple. Ground beef, salt, pepper, nothing else. The honest caveat, the bun has the usual commercial dough conditioners, and a single butter burger still runs high in sodium. Nobody's calling it health food, but the meat is exactly what it says. Raising Cane's. Founder Todd Graves still owns roughly 90%, and he said outright that private equity buyouts strip away the founder principles meant to carry a business forward. The chicken finger itself is genuinely clean, 130 calories, 13 grams of protein. The honest caveat: the Caniac combo runs past 3,400 milligrams of sodium once you count everything. Independent ownership doesn't make the biggest combo a light meal. Five Guys. Still controlled by the Morrell family, still turning down private equity money for over a decade. No timers, no frozen patties. The burger is honestly lean on sodium, nothing added beyond the beef. The honest caveat is the fries. A regular order alone runs near 1,000 calories, because Five Guys overfills everything. Real ingredients don't mean a light meal, they mean an honest one. None of these three answer to Roark Capital, or a shareholder chasing next quarter's number. They answer to a name on the building. 12 chains, and a private equity firm's name came up on more than half. That's not a coincidence, it's how the roll-up model tends to work, by consumer trust that took decades to build. Extract value from it quickly, and let the brand keep bringing customers back even as the kitchen behind it changes. Most people ordering at these counters today have never seen any of this laid out in one place. You have now. Next week, coffee chains and the sourcing story there is stranger than anything on this list. Subscribe if you haven't. You'll want to be here for that one.